Hello ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? My name is Bellify and today we are here to counter a glove. Which glove might that be? Why, of course it's the Shackle glove. And these are going to be the amazing goobers that are going to be helping us to figure out what counters this brand new Shackle glove. We've got Ivan, Aidan, Asgor, Bio, and Carl. I appreciate all of you. Let's get into this. Do you have enough time to use the rocks? Not diamond, but either custom or mega rock. Do you have enough time to see the portal opening up and block the drop from happening on you? So let's see. So if we're fighting, no. So the rock will keep you safe from taking knockback, but you do not have enough time to panic activate this in the middle of combat, so I don't really think that this is worth it. This is what we call a turtle glove, 50-50. What happens with the Z glove? No way. No way this Z glove keeps you safe, dog. That's crazy. Mid-combat, trying to time this out, it's not the best, as you're gonna have to be so insanely in tune with what's happening around you to actually make this work. This is like a 75% counter that's solid. If you're constantly jumping, can spring work? Ooh, I think it can. If you're in the middle of combat and you're trying to chase them down, I think if you time out your jumps, this could effectively be good. Ooh, even then, like, it looked like I should have got hit, but I didn't, so maybe spring is actually decently good here. Yeah, I like spring as a 75% counter. Not a top counter, but something that could work. The LOL bomb is great for I got you, but oh no, I got myself moments. So if they're coming after you, as long as you have this activated, you're not going to take any knockback from anything like that. This could work, but then again, you're dead, so this is definitely not the counter I would use. Does speed manage to beat a dropping iron ball? Yeah, I think it'll be really hard for them to land this on you. Since it's got like a certain little delay to it, it's not going to be super easy for them to land it, as you can just bait it out. Like going in for the battle, just baiting it out like that. Oh, 100%. As long as you see them not tethered to something, you could easily just bait it out for sure. Oh yeah, speed is definitely key here. I think I'm going to have to give Speedrun either a top counter or a 90% counter. Golden's power ability should definitely keep you safe. When you activate this ability, you can panic use it. You are not going to get hit by knockback of any of these. So Golden is a great counter, but the bad thing with this is it does have an extremely long cooldown. So if you do not eliminate your target within your power-up ability, they could get their ability back like 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 times before you get your ability back. Because of that, I think I'm going to give Golden like a 50 to 60% counter here. What kind of knockback reduction does MR have? You just go straight up in the air. Okay, so an MR user would not have to worry about them at all. Can a Shackle hit a Replica? No, a Shackle user cannot hit a Replica, so Replica can work. So this can be used to bait out them using their ability, so Replica given a 75% counter. What happens with the reverse glove? If you have reverse activated, they take the knockback. Ah, interesting, but it untethers them from their ability. They get their ability back when you have about half of yours left, so I wouldn't say that this is a top counter, I would say that this is a 75% counter. What happens with the timing of Shukuchi? So a Shackle cannot use Shukuchi while they are ragdolled, but if you hear one of their abilities being used, you can use this to get out of it and you will not take any bit of knockback. But this is just like reverse. They do get their ability about 2 times faster than you, so you would have to dodge one of these in order for it to be good. Shukuchi is going to be another 75%. As long as you don't miss your coil shot, you can keep them at distance. So if you see them coming for you, just use the ability. They can't get close. And you get your abilities back at about the same speed. I like Coil here. I think this is a solid 75, but I wouldn't say anything above 75. The balloony glove should be a really good option here. I always highly recommend to go around with the 2 balloon method, and whenever you get near somebody that you're trying to slap, pop the balloons and then drop on them and slap. Super solid method. Definitely keeps you safe. Yeah, definitely giving balloony that gold tier counter. El Gato is the exact same thing as reverse, but it's just a tad bit slower, so you have to activate it early. As long as you are petting this cat and they try to put this on you, it take the same knockback as reverse. So maybe a 70% counter, whereas reverse is a 75% counter. You could always start throwing shackles at each other like you're true prisoners. Track is a deterrent, Tableflip is a deterrent, Ping Pong is a deterrent, Slicer is a deterrent, and you could even almost say Whirlwind is a deterrent. All of these gloves are great offensively and will push them back, but they don't really do much for defense, so I like them more as deterrents. Can you panic use an Excavator? If you hear that sound, you absolutely can. But the problem with Excavator, that cooldown. It is a very long cooldown, and they will get their ability back 2 times before you get yours back once. Definitely a 50-50. Thor is pretty much the same as Excavator. This is going to keep you safe, but it has such a long cooldown, they're going to be able to use their ability twice. But as soon as you see them, you can use this, avoid being hit, You won't take knockback while in that cutscene, and you can go and slap them if need be. For Blink right now, clicking the front of it doesn't work. If you want to equip Blink, you have to go to the back of it, and it works then. I don't know what's happening with it. Alright, so if fighting, and you hear the magical sound, and you go into Blink form, yes, you do indeed avoid all knockback. So, the Blink Glove is going to be a gold tier counter. You do have a reach advantage with Slapstick, and you do have a speed aura advantage with Slapstick. So while using this, you could of course use the extended range, and then come in for the slap and bonk them. Or if you really wanted to, you could charge up your dash here, and you could go at them and hit them with that. That does work. I don't know if I want to give Slapstick a top tier counter, but it's definitely up there at around a 90% or above. Sbeve Army, you're not going to be affected by these shackles at all, even if it lands directly on top of you. Yep, it just lands directly on your head. Little Sbeve hats. Sbeve's also funny because they're shackled, so they only have a finite amount of space they have to run away from you. If you can get into the UFO, absolutely works. It does have quite a long use before cooldown, so you have to watch that. But if you can get into this, absolutely. And even if they are shackled, oh, it does, you have to wait for the shackle to untether before you can take them away. But they can't use it while in the UFO. That's pretty interesting to look at. Beachball should work out very well. I think the only thing to watch here is the cooldown. They can't do anything specifically to avoid you, and when they're tethered, it makes it a lot easier to hit. But as soon as you see them, just smack them in the face. The only thing that you do have to watch out is they get their ability back about 2 times before you get yours back. And if they get hit, they do get untethered. 64 is a great glove to be up in the air constantly to not have it rain down on you. This will probably be a top counter. While walking with this, all you have to do is just constantly be jumping. And you can be in the air for so long to where they won't even have really a shot to hit you because you can constantly be moving. Yeah, 64 is going to be a top counter. One-shot gloves are definitely going to be 50-50s, as if you're in a regular slap fight, you definitely win it. Although with God's Hand, if they're tethered, can it save them? It can indeed. The tether does save the people from being hit away, so God's Hand is definitely countered. Alright, so can they use this during the time stop event? They cannot, so you could go up behind them and slap them as a God's Hand, but they could save themselves. So you could use Flex, Error, and Overkill and guarantee yourself the 50-50. I would not use God's Hand though, as they can definitely counter you. What happens with a Titan? Nothing. The bad part with Titan though is the long cooldown. They could avoid being knocked back because they do have that tether. So this is more of like another turtle glove of like a 50-50. Phase is going to be like Grapple or Zzz. If you have immaculate timing, this can work for you. If you're in this form, you're not going to take any bit of knockback. You'll be perfectly fine. This is only going to be a 75% counter. Bubble's going to be a deterrent. Shard is going to be a deterrent. I don't really want to put Bomb or Jet in there because they can easily save themselves from it. Whereas Bubble, the tether's not going to save them, and Shard could easily hit them because they're in one area. I would, however, consider Bob a counter. They can't run from Bob once they use their ability. Once they use their ability, it's kind of wraps for them because they can only run in a circle, which makes it very easy for you to walk over and slap them into it. I think that Bob is a good 75% counter. Moon is like Spring, but you're more predictable, so just watch out for that, but can definitely work. Jupiter, how good of knockback reduction do you have? Yeah, honestly, I think I can recommend it because this is the knockback when you don't have it, which you go pretty far. 50-50 for Jupiter. Are you safe up in a tree? Yeah, it spawns beneath, so there's no shot it could ever spawn up top. So Slapple definitely works to goober them. Might have to give Slapple a gold tier counter here. While using Rattlebones and you're using the ability of Larry and riding on top of the head, you cannot be knocked off. So yeah, it just kind of changes the direction of Larry. Even in the spawn phase, you're fine. So I think I'm going to give Rattlebones a 90% counter, but not 100%. Charge is a good movement glove. You could definitely use this to hit them before they hit you. But if they are tethered, it's going to take away most of their knockback. So it's not the glove that I would go to use. This is like a 50-50. Glitch is a great deterrent glove. If they're trying to chase you down, just throw them up in a glitch and continue to run away. But not a counter, just a deterrent. This should be a really good glove here. Depending on cooldown, probably a top counter. If you get hit, just flop wherever you like. And by the time they get their ability back, you have your ability back, so you are not in danger whatsoever. Yeah, this is definitely a gold tier counter. What happens if you leash them? So they aren't able to use their glove, so you can definitely nullify them with the leash glove, but it is a passive, so leash is only going to be a 65 to 75% counter. Oh my gosh, Boogie's going to be a 10 out of 10 counter here. If they're tethered, all you have to do is just place it, Boogie. Now they're stuck. They are stuck. From the outside, can they drop a shackle? Ooh, they can. Okay, so that's the one thing you'd have to watch as a Boogie, but the fact that you can meme them like that automatically raises it in my books. 90% counter here. Can you reduce your knockback with Psycho's Telekinesis Hover? Ooh, wait a minute. It does reduce the knockback a little bit, yeah. They can tether themselves to the ground to keep themselves from being hit off the edge, so kind of a good counter to the ability of them floating away. Very good counter, actually. This would only make Psycho a 50-50. Kraken is a good distance fighting glove, but you have to watch out. It's just like Coil. If you miss, then you're in for a world of pain. Rob is probably going to end up being a top counter here. You could panic use this to avoid being shackled. You are perfectly safe in that form, or unless you eat somebody, then you're not safe. But while in this Rob form, you are perfectly fine. Nothing's gonna get you. The shackle ball dropping ain't gonna do any knockback, and you're perfectly fine to go after anybody because they're tethered, so you can go after them pretty easily. So yeah, Rob's definitely a fantastic counter. Retro's abilities combined together make this pretty decent. Starting out with the bomb, you could use this to get away, but you have to use it really early. You could use this for movement and hitting them like that. You could also use the hammer if they're coming near you. Of course, you could use the hammer to hit them. It will untether them, but they're not going to go that far from it. So I wouldn't say that this is anything over a 75%. It's just very, very solid. Null should be a really, really good deterrent and honestly a counter. They're going to trap themselves. As soon as you go up next to each other to fight, if they use their tether ability, it can't knock out the minions, and now they're stuck in a finite place, and those minions will catch up. This is going to be a counter for sure here. Alchemist Invincible Potion will definitely keep you safe. All you need is a mushroom right there and some of this elderwood right here. Drop down your cauldron, put in 2 of these mushrooms into the blue liquid, 1 elderwood, click that ladle, and you got yourself an invincible potion. Drinking this potion will give you, I think, somewhere around 3 minutes of invincibility, something like that. It might be a little bit shorter, but if they try to drop this shackle on you, you will not take knockback. You are perfectly fine to go and do whatever gooberness you might want. Alchemist is going to be a gold tier counter. I think Druid should be good. The one thing you got to watch, though, is, I would say, probably the cooldown. Alright, if they are coming after you and you use Druid, you can hit them and it should untether them. Yep, by the time they get back, your wild vines are pretty much back as well. So, I'm going to put Druid at a 60% counter because they can tether themselves and it won't give you the best of a chance to try and oof them. Cooldowns approximately at the same time, so maybe it bumps it up to a 75. Scythe should be good here. Even if they are shackled, it will not matter. It will drag them, and once they get to you, all you'd have to do is just slap them off, and you get your ability back pretty decently fast, so once they come back into the arena, you would have it ready for them. Santa should be good. Santa works for throwing things. It's definitely great for distance fighting. Like, if you have them coming after you, you could definitely throw, like, a milk at them and make them sleep, or you could throw the Bob plush and hit them back with distance. You could also save yourself if you're in the middle of swapping and they drop the ball on you, although I was at the end of my animation there, so it didn't work, but it definitely works, but don't expect to save yourself with the bag change all the time, as it is super hard to time. I'm gonna give Santa a solid 75% counter, maybe 80. You can be hit off with Joust, but it'll be very hard for them to do so. And this will only be 50-50 because while tethered, it will reduce their knockback. If they do get hit, yeah, they're not going that far. Yes, you can definitely be hit off of it. So my prediction stands. Run is a fantastic glove here. As long as you don't get smacked out of the circle, they're trapped and cannot escape the run because they've trapped themselves. So once they've trapped themselves, as long as you go to like the center of this and use this, you've got it. I'm going to put this as a solid 75% counter. Schlob is a glove that will keep yourself safe and keep you in the battle, but if they hit you with it, you can go wherever you like. Schlob is the glove that will keep you in the game, keep you in the fight, and you will not have to worry one bit. I think I'm going to give the Schlob a 90% counter. Avatar counters everything. Once you've created any little goober from in here, and you go out into the world, nothing's gonna happen to you. You are perfectly fine. Avatar is the strongest glove in the game. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it for the counters for this glove. Quite a lot on this list. Quite a lot. Shout out to everybody that you do see on your screen. We've got Carl, Bio, Andrew, Show, Asgor, Aidan, and Ivan. I appreciate all of you. Let me know which glove was your favorite. I think for me, I think Balloony might be my favorite. Balloony's always just a very fun go-to glove. And let me know which glove you thought was the best. Even though it wasn't a gold tier counter, I kind of like Boogie the best. Just, I don't know, every time the memes pop up like that where you could catch them trapping themselves, it's funny to me for some reason. But let me know your choices down below. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we all hope that you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you do end up watching this, and we shall see you in the next one. Later!